There is a quiet moment that happens in many homes. You are sitting still, perhaps reading, perhaps lost in thought, when something soft rests against your arm. A small paw. Light, deliberate. Not a scratch. Not a demand. Just contact. Your cat looks at you, or maybe they don't. Maybe their eyes drift half closed, as if nothing important has happened at all. But something has. Because when a cat chooses to place their paw on you, it is never random. It is never meaningless. It is a whisper in a language older than words, a language of trust, territory, instinct, and something that feels very close to love. Cats are not creatures of excess expression. They do not wave their feelings in the air like flags. They are subtle, economical. Every movement carries intention. A paw placed gently on your arm, your leg, or even your face while you sleep. This is not an accident. It is a decision. To understand it, you must step into a cat's world. In the wild, physical contact is rare. Cats are both predator and prey. Their survival depends on awareness and space. Even bonded cats do not constantly touch. Contact is selective, intentional, reserved for moments of safety. So when your cat extends their paw toward you, crossing that invisible boundary, it is a quiet declaration. You are safe enough. Sometimes, the paw is soft and still. It rests there as if anchoring them. In these moments, your cat may be communicating reassurance, not only for you, but for themselves. Cats regulate their world through proximity. The warmth of your body, the steady rhythm of your breathing, the familiar scent that belongs only to you. These are stabilizing forces. A paw on your arm can be their way of saying, stay. Not urgently, not fearfully, just a gentle request for presence. Other times, the paw is followed by a slow blink. Eyes closing halfway, then reopening. A sacred feline gesture. In cat language, prolonged eye contact can be a threat, but the slow blink is surrender. It is vulnerability offered in small, measured doses. The paw and the slow blink together form a sentence. I trust you enough to be soft. There is also scent involved, always scent. Cats live in a world layered with invisible information. Their paw pads contain scent glands. When they touch you, they are marking you in the faintest way possible. Not in ownership, as humans often interpret it, but in belonging. You are part of their safe map of the world. This is why the paw often comes after kneading. That rhythmic pressing into blankets, pillows, and sometimes your stomach at 6 a.m. kneading is a behavior carried from kittenhood, when tiny paws stimulated milk flow from their mother. It is deeply rooted in comfort and security. When an adult cat kneads you and then leaves their paw resting on your body, they are merging past and present, mother and guardian, comfort and companionship. You have become part of that early memory of safety. There are moments when the paw is slightly more insistent. A tap, a gentle pat against your cheek while you are distracted by your phone. A paw placed firmly on the keyboard as if to declare technological warfare. This, too, carries meaning. Cats do not interrupt lightly. If they place their paw on you while you are engaged elsewhere, they are recalibrating your attention. In feline social structure, eye contact and responsiveness are signs of connection. When your focus shifts away for too long, they may reach out to restore the bond. It is not jealousy in the human sense. It is alignment. Look at me. Be here with me. In multi-cat households, you may notice something interesting. A cat that rarely initiates contact with other animals may frequently place their paw on you. Humans often become the primary secure attachment figure. You are predictable. You provide resources. You respond to their vocalizations, most of the time. So the paw becomes a bridge. A reassurance that the connection still exists. Sometimes the gesture happens at night. You wait briefly and feel a small weight resting on your chest. A paw pressed against your neck. Your cat is not fully asleep. Their ears flick at distant sounds. Their body remains alert even in rest. Cats are crepuscular, most active at dawn and dusk. Night carries heightened awareness. When your cat places their paw on you while you sleep, they may be grounding themselves in your presence during their most vigilant hours. You are the stable object in the dark. And there is something quietly profound about that. Of course, not every paw placement is purely emotional. Cats are practical creatures. A paw can also be exploratory. testing your reaction, measuring your responsiveness. If the paw results in petting, warmth, or a soft voice, the behavior is reinforced. You become part of a gentle feedback loop. But even within that practicality, emotion lingers. Because a cat could choose to walk away, to seek comfort elsewhere. Instead, they choose you. Consider the difference between claws extended and claws retracted. When a cat places their paw on you with claws tucked safely inside, they are making themselves vulnerable. They are consciously reducing the possibility of harm. It is a small act of restraint that speaks volumes. And then there are the moments of subtle humor. The paw that rests directly on your mouth while you are speaking. The one that lands on your face at precisely 5:12 a.m. because breakfast must happen now. The dramatic paw placed on your arm during a video call, as if to assert co-ownership of your time. Even in these moments, the gesture carries familiarity, confidence. Your cat assumes access to you. In feline psychology, access equals safety. A cat who feels uncertain will not initiate touch. They will observe from a distance. They will calculate. They will retreat. So if a paw rests on you regularly, gently, without tension in the body, ears neutral, tail relaxed, you are witnessing a sign of secure attachment. There is also hierarchy woven into the gesture. In cat-to-cat interactions, a paw can be a mild assertion, a way to test boundaries without aggression. When directed toward a human, it sometimes reflects that same dynamic, but softened. Not dominance. Dialogue. Can I influence you? Will you respond? And you almost always do. You shift slightly. You look down. You smile without realizing it. Your hand moves to stroke their head. The exchange is complete. A conversation without words. Cats are masters of minimalism. They conserve energy. They conserve motion. So when they reach out, it is because something inside them moved first. Emotion, curiosity, comfort, need. It is easy to underestimate these gestures because they are quiet. There is no dramatic tail wagging. No exuberant jumping. Just a paw. But within that small touch lies layers of instinct shaped over thousands of years. Domestic cats evolved alongside humans not by obedience, but by mutual tolerance and benefit. They remained independent, self-contained, selective in affection, which makes their chosen moments of contact even more meaningful. The paw says, "You are within my circle." It says, "I am aware of you." It says, "In this moment, I prefer closeness over distance." And perhaps most tenderly, it says, "I feel safe enough to reach." There are subtle variations, too. A paw placed on your hand while you pet them can be a request for gentleness. If your strokes become too firm or stray to a sensitive area, the paw may appear as a polite correction. Enough. Not rejection, just communication. Other times, the paw arrives during your own moments of stillness. When you are sad. When you sit quietly, staring into nothing. Cats are attuned to shifts in energy. They sense changes in breathing patterns, posture, tone. A soft paw placed on your leg during those moments can feel almost intentional. As if they noticed. As if they responded. Science suggests that cats are capable of reading human emotional cues more accurately than once believed. They associate your expressions and vocal patterns with outcomes. They learn the texture of your moods. And so the paw becomes not only self-expression, but empathy in motion. You might think it is a small thing, but to a creature wired for caution, proximity is powerful. Imagine living in a world where every sound could signal danger. Every shadow could conceal threat. Now imagine choosing to close your eyes and rest your paw on another being. That is not indifference. That is trust. Over time, you may begin to recognize the nuance. The difference between a playful tap and a grounding touch. Between a demand for food and a quiet bid for connection. You start to read the pauses. The half seconds before contact. The way their whiskers angle forward. The softness in their shoulders. And something shifts inside you, too. Because when a cat places their paw on you, they are not just speaking. They are inviting you to listen. Not with urgency. Not with obligation. But with awareness. In a world loud with notifications and constant movement, a single paw can anchor you back into the present moment. Soft, warm, real. A reminder that connection does not have to be grand to be meaningful. Sometimes, it is only a touch. So the next time a small paw rests against your skin, pause before brushing it away. Notice the stillness in their body, the quiet in their eyes. That gentle contact carries history, instinct, memory, vulnerability, and a choice. Your cat does not speak your language, yet in that single touch, they may be saying more than words ever could. Stay close. You are safe. You belong in my world. And in that silent exchange, something ancient and tender passes between you, felt, understood, and quietly kept.